What if the way you love others is the clearest reflection of your faith? What if the missing piece in your life is not about what you have, but how you love? And what if true strength is not found in control or success, but in choosing love when it's hardest? There is a kind of love the world talks about, emotional, conditional, often temporary. It rises and falls depending on how we feel, how we are treated, or what we receive in return. But in Phase 5:1-20, we are called to something completely different. We are called to imitate God's love. That's a bold calling. Because God's love is not shallow, it is not reactive, it is not based on convenience. It is intentional, sacrificial, and constant. The passage begins with a simple but powerful instruction. Be imitators of God as dearly loved children. This changes everything. It means we are not trying to create love on our own. We are reflecting something we have already received. You are already loved, not because you earned it, not because you did everything right, but because God chose to love you. And when you truly understand that, love stops being a task and becomes a response. Walking in love means letting that truth shape how you live. It means your actions, your words, your decisions begin to reflect the same kind of love you have received. Not perfectly, but intentionally. And then comes the example. Christ loved us and gave himself up for us. This is the standard. Love is not just words, it is sacrifice. It is choosing someone else's good, even when it costs you something. It is showing kindness when it's not returned. It is being patient when it would be easier to walk away. This kind of love stands out because it goes against what feels natural. The world often says, protect yourself first, give only when it benefits you, walk away when it gets hard. But this passage calls you higher. It calls you to live differently. Then it shifts to something important, what love is not. It speaks about impurity, greed, and behaviors that come from self-centered desire. These are things that pull us away from love because they focus only on self. When everything becomes about what you want, what you feel, what you can gain, love fades, because love requires giving. It requires seeing beyond yourself. The passage even says that there should not be even a hint of these things. That may sound strong, but it highlights something important. What you allow in your life shapes who you become. Small compromises grow, small patterns become habits, and habits shape character. If you want to walk in love, you have to be intentional about what you allow into your thoughts, your actions, and your environment. Then comes a powerful contrast, darkness and light. You were once in darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. This is not just a poetic statement, it is identity. You are not just someone trying to do better, you are someone who has been changed. And because of that, you are called to live differently. Living in the light means your life reflects goodness, righteousness, and truth. It means there is consistency between what you believe and how you live. It means you don't hide behind excuses or blend into negativity. You stand out. Not in a loud or prideful way, but in a quiet, steady way. People notice. They notice how you respond when things go wrong. They notice how you treat others. They notice your patience, your kindness, your integrity. This is what it means to shine. And then comes a challenging instruction, have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. This doesn't mean judging others harshly. It means not participating in what you know is wrong. It means choosing a different path. Sometimes that requires courage. It may mean stepping away from certain conversations. It may mean saying no when others say yes. It may mean standing alone in moments where it would be easier to blend in. But that's what light does. It reveals. It shows a different way. And even when it feels uncomfortable, it has impact. The passage continues with a call to wake up. Wake up from distraction. Wake up from routine. Wake up from living without awareness. Because it's easy to go through life on autopilot, to react instead of reflect, to follow patterns without questioning them, to live without purpose. But when you wake up, everything changes. You begin to notice your choices, your habits, your direction. You become intentional. Then comes a practical instruction. Be careful how you live. Not as unwise, but as wise. Wisdom is not just knowledge. It is application. It is making decisions that align with truth. It is thinking before acting. It is choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. And then, make the most of every opportunity. Time matters. Moments matter. The way you spend your time shapes your life. It's easy to waste time on things that don't build you, things that distract, drain, or pull you away from your purpose. But when you live with awareness, you begin to use your time differently. You invest in what matters. You build relationships. You grow in your faith. You choose actions that align with who you are becoming. Then comes another important instruction. Do not get drunk on things that lead to loss of control, but instead be filled with the Spirit. This is about influence. What is shaping you? What is filling your mind, your heart, your focus? Because whatever fills you, leads you. If you are constantly filled with negativity, that will show in your words and actions. If you are filled with distractions, your focus will weaken. But when you are filled with the Spirit, something changes. You become more aware, more grounded, more aligned, and that shows in how you live. The passage describes speaking to one another with encouragement, gratitude, and joy. This is what a life filled with love looks like. It's not heavy, it's not harsh, it's not draining. It brings life. Your words become uplifting, your attitude becomes thankful. Your presence becomes encouraging, and people feel it. Because love is not just something you say, it's something you carry. And when you carry it consistently, it becomes part of who you are. But here's the truth. This kind of life doesn't happen by accident. It requires choice. Every day, you are choosing how to respond, how to think, how to act. You are choosing whether to walk in love or fall back into old patterns. There will be moments when it's hard. Moments when people disappoint you. Moments when you feel misunderstood. Moments when giving love feels exhausting. But that's where real love is revealed. Not when it's easy, but when it's difficult. Because anyone can be kind when everything is going well. But choosing love in challenging moments, that's different, that's powerful. And over time, those choices shape you. You become more patient, more understanding, more grounded. Not perfect, but growing. And the more you walk in love, the more you experience its impact. Your relationships become stronger, your mind becomes calmer, your heart becomes lighter. Not because life is perfect, but because your perspective has changed. You begin to see people differently. You begin to respond differently. You begin to live differently. And that difference matters. Because in a world that often feels divided, harsh, and reactive, love stands out. It brings peace where there is tension. It brings clarity where there is confusion. It brings hope where there is doubt. So today, ask yourself honestly, am I walking in love? Not just in the easy moments, but in the difficult ones. Am I reflecting the love I've received in the way I treat others? Am I intentional about what I allow into my life? Because the way you love shapes the life you live. And the more you align with this calling, the more
What
you
if
become
one moment
who
of
you were meant
drifting
to
could
be,
change everything?
a reflection of something
There was a young
greater.
man named Eutychus.
A light in the middle
He wasn't
of
doing
darkness.
anything wrong.
A
He
source
was in
of
the right place,
encouragement,
in a
listening,
world that
surrounded
needs
by
it.
others.
Part of something
This is not
meaningful.
about perfection.
But he made one small
It's about
choice.
direction.
He sat on the
Choosing,
edge,
right
again
by the
and
window,
again,
to
not
walk
fully
in
inside,
love.
not fully grounded.
Thank you for watching this
And
video.
as the night went
if
on,
this
Paul
message
kept
touched your
speaking.
heart,
The
don't
room
forget to
grew
like,
warm,
follow
the
the
message
channel
got
Holy Path
longer,
Insights,
and
and
Eutychus
share
got
this
tired.
video with someone
His
who
eyes
needs
grew
more love.
heavy, his
Focus
light
slipped
in their life.
slowly.